most influential and powerful words in the development of what our country is today. A word that has changed our entire way of life over the last 100 years, especially in the last decade. A word that signifies fairness and justice and has revolutionized America. But is it really as good as it's made out to be? My question is, can equality, this word that has changed and shaped so many aspects of American culture, have another side? Can equality be bad? If you were to take a look at America about 150 years ago, you would find it is very, very different from modern day America. For example, this was a time where it was completely insane for a woman to wear jeans or even pants. This was a time where a woman's only choice for a primary job was to be a homemaker, to cook, clean, and raise children. This idea of equality inspired women and men alike to start a revolution that would completely change the face of society for the better. Women's rights have made great strides, starting at the turn of the 20th century and escalating from there. Take Mother Teresa. Her goal in life was to bring help to the helpless, home to the homeless, and love to the loved. She worked tirelessly to accomplish this goal. She dedicated herself completely, and by doing so, made herself one of the most respected and loved people on earth. And guess what? She was a woman. Amelia Earhart, the first female ever to fly solo over the Atlantic, one of the bravest people in history, and guess what? She was a woman. These women not only broke the stereotype, but completely demolished it. These women broke away from what was normal and accomplished amazing things. This example of women's rights is no doubt one of the first things to come to mind when thinking of equality. It rightfully gives us a sense of pride and accomplishment, but this positive image of equality it has taken on is not its only image. As you can see, this image illustrates the difference between fairness and equality. As you can also see, there is a very prominent difference between the two. Fairness and equality are generally thought of as relatively the same thing, when, in reality, they are as vastly different as left and right. When each child gets the same number of boxes, not everyone can see, but when each child gets the amount of boxes they need, everyone can see. My father is a special education science teacher and has been for the last 10 years. In his words, the very first thing I have to do is determine what their current levels of educational functioning are, and from that, I can modify assignments and exams to fit their current needs. I view my job as leveling the playing field to set every student up for success. Equality is like a gun. It can be helpful, but it can just as easily be destructive. Equality can be a weapon of mass confidence destruction. An obviously very smart person once said, "Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life thinking it is stupid." This is a universal problem, but one personal example I have is school. School is a place to learn and grow as a person. However, in order to learn and grow as a person, you must learn to conform to whatever way the teacher teaches. And if you don't, then you have failed. The entire school system is based off of equality, which, in many aspects, is wrong. Imagine instead if schools were based off of fairness rather than equality. Imagine how much better schools would be if they were focused on providing kids with what they need, rather than focusing on teaching everyone the same way and expecting the students to learn that way. If schools decided to change, bring about more confident kids, which can mean harder working kids, it could even go as far as to lower suicide rate in school-aged children because of the mass confidence boost. Though it may not have been very obvious, fairness and equality are not the same in any way. Actually, they rival each other, and fairness almost always prevails. Equality is a tricky thing. It is an amazing concept that has inspired our ancestors and their ancestors and their ancestors to change. It can, however, do a lot of damage to people's feelings, to people's confidence, to people's self-worth. People have been too focused on providing equality that they overlook the fact that not everyone needs the same thing, that not everyone can see with the same amount of boxes. Everyone is different. Not everyone learns the same, thinks the same, acts the same. I can guarantee you, if you were to go out right now and look at every single person in the world, you will find no two people who are exactly alike. So why do we try so hard to make things equal, to provide equality? Most humans want to do the right thing, so, for most people, trying to create equality comes from a place of goodness. But in their haste to do the right thing, they overlook the most important aspect. Everyone is different.